Over the last couple of weeks I've been doing videos. Initially the first one was to say that Alpine 4, be careful, did a video on that and the uptake was very, very good. And it seemed to have helped a lot of people hopefully save themselves some money or hopefully, like myself, timed a better buying opportunity. I did say that this stock will fall to in and around $3. That has been exactly what has happened, and I have loaded the boat up at $3. So I just want to talk about the last week. I've been invested for a week now in Alpine 4. There's been some good news stories. I just want to sort of do a bit of a recap on how the week's performed and what the outlook looks like.
Yeah, coincidence. Yeah, coincidence. Yeah, coincidence. Something that happens by chance, I think not.
What's the crack, everyone? Welcome back to Buy Wholesale. Hope of course you are all well. So I did the summary all in the previous videos. I warned you, told you about it, told you to get out, buy now, all this jazz. Okay, that's the summary. Go ahead and check out the videos. First thing I want to bring up is briefly the history. Go on the Alpine 4 Twitter page. I like companies that have good social media presence, and I think it's important for the especially growth companies to have that social media presence to get obviously attraction. In short, if we scroll back, this is when it all happened. The NASDAQ listing, look at that beautiful thing there. Alpine 4 in New York, big sign, welcomes you to the NASDAQ. Beautiful stuff. Unfortunately, that has sent the stock to gape. And the reason it's went to gape is because I've seen it before. That's what this channel is all about. It's about trying to show experiences, learn together. And over the years, I've seen this all too many times. And recently with Aokeo blockchain, the stock went on the NASDAQ. In that scenario, I had half of my position invested because I didn't know what way it was going to go. And surprise, surprise, it went to gape. So that's why I did the video, to try and warn you, try to help you out. Now, at these prices, after a 50% pullback, I see a potential opportunity to swing with the intentions of a long hold. But the only reason I'm not sure the long hold is I'm not too passionate about everything that they do, especially the military defense stuff. But that aside for now, go to Simply Wall Street. It's not great reading. Earnings have declined, less than 1 year cash flow, highly volatile as we know, but we're come to expect on this channel, and the shareholders have been diluted. Pretty grim reading if you were just to look at this at a high level. I'll not go into any more of that. We're just going to explain these types of stocks do have bad valuations and stuff like that because they're trying to grow. They're trying to put their fingers in pies to grow the company. For example, Teladoc, the other day their earnings came out. I'm a big holder of Teladoc. I held through earnings, I rolled the dice. Earnings at a high level, if you're looking at it, weren't particularly great. But if you look and understand the reason it wasn't particularly great, it actually was great from a growth perspective, and from my perspective, I'm looking for this company to continue to grow. I'm not looking to sell anytime soon. So if they're making the right moves in terms of growing the company, I'm okay. And that is actually why in the pre-market it was down 5-6%, but we've seen a 15% throb over 2 days because the market sentiment realizes that. ARK Invest realized that, and Cathie Woods realized that, and they bought the dip and wrote it right up. Not saying that this is the same scenario. What I'm trying to say is at a high level, you mightn't have a stock that ticks all the boxes. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's a crap stock or you should avoid it. So I'm in anyway on Alpine 4. We're taking that on as a risk. It is high risk, must be known that that is the case. We can see here though that they've made some new deals. Look at this, $500,000 for a drone mapping work to be completed by the end of Q1 2022. So that's a nice wee bit of change to come in. Secures 1.9 million order. So, and then there's all their boys and girls are all out doing, a day of flying. So plenty of activity on Alpine 4. They've got a good following, and with it, that is a good thing, but it can also be a hindrance because people will maybe pump it a wee bit too much. I'm going to try and bring balance to Alpine. We'll get on the trading view in a moment, but I just want to show you my first week then. I was waiting for the $3, as I said in the video, and that came on Tuesday. No surprise that it did come. I now have an average price of $3.03, and I'm absolutely delighted with that. Sort of started buying in and around these kind of prices, and built up only half of my position, and I'll speak about that in a moment. But we can see from the lows up to where we are now, I am up a lovely 10% on Alpine 4 to date. So I could walk away and be happy with that, but I feel that there's a bit more in this for sure. Now, if we look at Alpine 4 on the trading view, we can see I did my video, tried to tell everybody to get out. Anyone that listened to me ever got out or timed their buy better, you can go in and check that for proof, and you can see in and around 50% gape. And a rise. Some people have said thanks for that. Some people have said, oh, we should have listened. I don't know. All I'm trying to do is provide a bit of balance. There's no way of knowing for sure how low this could go. For example, I like to work on the 9-day moving average. If I was looking at this on the day chart, there is my 9-day moving average. I would have sold out of this on the 21st if I was swing trading this, and I would have been out and I wouldn't be back in yet. I wouldn't be back in until we're full candlestick above close. So just to let you know, I am sort of breaking my own rule, but the reason I'm breaking my rule is because we've seen a 50% drop, and I'm okay to start adding to my position. Where do I see the stock going potentially is, unfortunately, I see it going down more. And the main reason why I haven't completely built up my position. MACD does not look good. RSI isn't particularly great. It's kind of showing an incline, but it's not fully down. So nothing's looking particularly great here. Yes, we had a good, strong close, as you can see, 5.10%, which makes the week look a lot better than what it was. But we were on a downward trend, and we can see here these previous lines of support. And if we zoom out, we can see where that goes back at is a strong support level. Bounce, we've been bouncing in around that since December last year. So a year of ups and downs, tipping. So I wouldn't be surprised if we do see in and around 254, 240, 250. And that's kind of why I'm not Ian Beale style yet.
I've got nothing left.
Falls down, I will be buying my next tour price in and around. If I can get down to $2.70, I'll buy a bit more. Prepared to see $2.50, prepared to see $2. And that's just the way it is. That could very well change, hence why I'm buying. If I knew for sure, I would be not buying, but you can never time these things, but that is a likely scenario. So I've been pretty much invested for a week now. We can see though on the week chart, we are just above the 9-day moving average, getting closer, starting to nip down, but we are above it. And we do have the last buy symbol, the last symbol coming in as a buy. So that's relatively positive. MACD doesn't look terrible, but RSI kind of went into sort of a middle area. So yeah, the weekly chart doesn't look too bad. And if you're looking for that positive story on the R chart, then MACD is looking good. RSI is starting to go up a bit, and we're crispy over it, but we have a buy symbol coming in, but that is due to the strong close that we had. So again, you can bring up the charts and manipulate whatever way you want. I'm just trying to say that this isn't completely bullish. By now, everything's going to be gravy. What I'm trying to say is you can't time it. Stick to your plan. After 50% pullback, I feel content. I'll load up if it dips more, and if it goes to the moon, here, everyone's a winner. But right now, at a 10% rise, I am happy. If you go to stockinvest.us, then they're recommending a stop loss in and around $3.10. And you can see sort of the buy some sell symbols have come in. Unfortunately, if you scroll right down, just have a look at the Fibonacci. They're saying resistances are in around 357, 344, and 336, which is about 173 up from the prices that we're currently at. And on the flip side, then 309 is the next resistance of support. Gives you an idea at a high level, but take that as a high level and do your own due diligence, of course. So in summary, Alpine 4 is high risk. Top level balance sheet, looking at it in black and white, doesn't look particularly great. But if you look at the contracts, you look at the jobs, you look at the fingers in the pies over the duration of the next, say, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, it looks promising. That they do have a decent bit of cash in the reserves there, so they can absorb any potential issues, if you want to call it that. So all things considered, after 50% pullback, potentially maybe a bit more to come. I feel at these levels, you could do a lot worse than going for Alpine 4. My intentions are to swing trade this. We'll see how far we can take it, but if things are looking good and we get a proper feel of the stock, as we like to do on the channel, I then will potentially, if we double up and get to sort of in around the $6 mark, I'll be taking out my initial investment and probably just letting the rest of this ride. Things can change. That's my thought process right now. Love to know what your thought process is. Please leave your comments down below. Please like, subscribe, help me grow the channel if you appreciate that. I'll be back talking further about Alpine 4 over the course of the week. And that's everything. Enjoy the rest of your day and the rest of your remaining weekend. Peace.
Yeah. Coincidence. Yeah. Coincidence. Something that happens by chance, I think not.